WolfGxngDon, never lacking. 2K bills to the fraction, breaking it down to the pound, puts news and views on tips to get you cracking. It don't stop till we on top, boy, brick by brick, we gotta build. Give a like and drop a sub, this WolfGxngDon, you know it's real. Never chill, sauce it up, we stacking, getting bills. Peep the traction, getting badges, 2K champ, this how it feels. This the dawn, yeah, running it up, no time to play. You know what's on, yeah, the greatest builds inside 2K.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Don back here with another build video, man, and somebody requested this, one of my subscribers, man. I appreciate you for participating in the comment section, man. A young Michael Jordan build, and this build is kind of special, man. It can't really shoot threes great, but everything else is pretty solid on the build. It is at the shooting guard position. The jersey number is number 23, man. So for the body settings on this build, we are going 6'6", 208 pounds, 6'11" for the wingspan, and solid for the body type. So first things first, we're going to start off with the close shot. Close shot will be at a 78, which is kind of high for a shooting guard type build. And then with the driving layup, we're going high with this because we need to be able to get like some really good finishing badges. We get slithery on gold, fearless finisher on gold as well. And then the driving dunk, we gotta go high, man. We have to be able to get some of the best animations as far as driving dunk goes, and we gotta get posterizer on gold. So we going with a 93 for the driving dunk. The standing dunk, we just gonna bump this up to a 55, nothing too crazy. We pretty much just trying to add some extra badges at this point. And then the post control, you gotta go to a 66. Honestly, it won't be Michael Jordan if you don't put the post control on there. It just is what it is. You won't get the correct shades of. Now, for the mid-range shot, we're gonna take this up to an 81, and you see that's where you unlock that MIDI Magician on Hall of Fame, a very important badge to this build. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some free throw as well. With the 81 and Michael Jordan's free throw, you should not be missing any of those. They're gonna be super easy to time. Michael Jordan's pretty much at the top of the shot. Right before he starts going forward is when you're gonna release it. Now for the pass accuracy, we're gonna take this up to a 75. This is honestly the lowest, the absolute lowest I would go on most guard builds if you wanna be able to play make as well as everything else. Now for the ball handle, we're gonna take this up to an 85, just to make sure we can get some decent dribble moves, get that quick first step on gold, hybrid drive, all that other stuff. Now the speed with ball, we're gonna take this up to an 80. And I know y'all might be thinking that's a little low, but the thing is, the most important stat as far as like how fast you move around the court is acceleration, and we will not skimp on that at all. So for the interior defense, we're gonna take this up to a 57, which is just enough to bother some of those shots down there. You get a decent contest and they're likely to miss it. Now for the perimeter defense, we're gonna take this up to an 86 because we want to unlock that collapse on silver. That's very important to this build, and we'll be talking about that later on when we talk about the badges. Now we're gonna put a 78 on the steel just so we can unlock interceptor on silver. If you want to use that badge, you got the ability to do so. Now with the block, we're gonna take this up to a 70, and that does get you anchor in case you want to use that in the park. Anchor will definitely help you get some stops on the offensive end because rim running is at an all-time high. We're gonna take the defensive rebound up to a 45. Now for the speed, we're not going high with the speed, but an 80 is more than enough. Just trust me on that. And then with the acceleration, we're going up to an 85. Like I said, the acceleration is probably the most important stat when it comes to actually being fast with the ball. Now strength, we're gonna take this up to a 70. You don't want to get pulled out of those dunk animations, so make sure you put some strength on your builds if you want to be able to finish those dunks. Now for the vertical, we're gonna take this up to an 83. I know you only need an 82, and if you want to try to repurpose that 1 point for something else, I mean, go at it, my boy. And last but not least, we're gonna put that stamina up. We get it up to a 92. Now we can go ahead and continue so we can talk about these takeovers, man. We get slashing, shot creating, playmaking, and lockdown take. I'm going with finishing moves and pull-up precision. I just feel like if you're trying to get that Michael Jordan playstyle, like that perfect Jordan-esque playstyle, those are probably the two best ones to go with. You can switch those around if you find yourself shooting more of those pull-up jumpers. Once you put that that mid-range special, MIDI specialist, MIDI Magician, that's what it's called, MIDI Magician. Once you put that badge on, if you find yourself doing a lot of those, I would suggest putting pull-up precision first. By now, y'all should have that Mamba mentality unlocked. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and finish up the build. so I can show you the shades of, and we can see what this build is actually called. Shades of Michael Jordan, Jalen Green, and Jalen Brown. Very solid comparisons, and we have built an inside the arc scorer, aka a young Michael Jordan build. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. But alright man, let's go ahead and test the build so I can show y'all the badges that I would put on this build in order to get that young Mike playstyle, because a lot of the way you'll be able to get the playstyle is through the badges themselves, and we don't have that many shooting badges, but even with the amount that we do have, we'll be able to make it work. So starting off with the finishing badges, we got limitless takeoff cord on gold. I feel like that is one of the best badges, but it would probably be a lot easier to core posterize just because you can kind of trigger that and make that happen a lot more consistently than you can get limitless takeoff to activate. But we also got posterizer on gold, slithery finisher on bronze, and honestly, if I had to add extra badges anywhere, finishing would probably be the place that I would do it, because there's a few badges that I think would make this build just a little bit better. The post spin technician badge on guards, I'm telling you, it goes crazy. Like when you get that spin animation when you're driving in, it's really hard to stop, and usually when you go for the spin, that forces people to jump, and then you just have like a crazy open dunk that's super easy to get. Then we got Aerial Wizard. I just feel like that badge would be dope on this build, and Fearless Finisher, so you can finish some of those layups. I didn't put Pro Touch on this build specifically because a lot of people don't use the layup timing. I don't know why. Y'all are tripping. It'll help you make a lot of those layups where honestly you probably shouldn't. Now for the shooting badges, I went for straight up like MJ type of shooting badges. So I got Green Machine. I mean, we all know that this badge is very OP. Midi Magician, because we have that high mid-range, and in order to be able to, you know, still have a decent shot on the offensive end, we're gonna have to put that on there. Volume Shooter, and then it won't be MJ if it ain't got that clutch gene. So I did put Clutch Shooter on silver. Now the only things that I feel like this build could use, like if you wanted to move some badges around just a little bit, maybe Claymore, but I wouldn't anticipate this build being stationary too often. Slippery Off Ball, or even Space Creator if you don't really care too much about Green Machine. Now for the playmaking badges, I pretty much just went crazy in tier 2. I put Hyperdrive on there, Quick First Step on there, Unpluckable. In all honesty, it doesn't matter. You can core this one or you can core Clamp Breaker. It really doesn't make a huge difference. So I cored that one. Still put Quick First Step up, and I guess I could put Needle Threader on there, Special Delivery. It really doesn't matter. Any badge that you want. I feel like the only important ones are those 3 gold badges in tier 2. So Hyperdrive, Quick First Step, Unpluckable, Bailout, we're gonna put that on bronze. Clamp Breaker, we're going to have that cord on silver. I just feel like those badges, especially Clamp Breaker, is super important to this build to be able to get open with the ball in your hand. I don't feel like this build needs handles for days, or pretty much when you get the ball on this build, you're trying to run straight to the rim and make a scoring play. That's pretty much it. Now for the defense on this build, we do have Clamps, Cord on silver, super easy badge to get. We got Glove on bronze, Menace on gold. This badge, I feel like, doesn't get enough credit. It is a really good badge, and it causes a lot of weird animations in the players that you're guarding. Then we got Off-Ball Pest, because Off-Ball Pest is just so important, and Angle Braces. But you can put a couple different things here if you plan on trying to get, you know, I guess make this build be able to rebound a little bit. Box Out Beast would definitely be an important badge. If you're guarding ball, go ahead and put Pick Dodger on. Pretty much, you can make this build into whatever you want. It is pretty much a mid-range specialist type build, like a build that can really, honestly, just get a bucket. It just can't shoot threes. That's the only downside. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. But before you get up out of here, do me a favor. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out some of the other videos on the channel. I have been dropping absolute bangers, and I will be doing that for the rest of 2K23. But quick question, just real fast. Are y'all interested in streams? And if so, of my build? So I got a short point guard, a tall point guard, my T-Mac build, a big man build. Just let me know which one y'all would want to see me stream on. But yeah, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. Peace.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. be down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the